Hello, and welcome to the Knitworthy podcast. My name is Brianne, also known as Being Brianne on Ravelry and Instagram and pretty much everywhere. And welcome to the show. If you are new, then we are so glad that you found us. And if you are a returning viewer, then we just want to thank you so much for coming back. I'm using the royal we because Mom is not with me today, obviously. She would be right over here. She is not feeling terribly well today, and so we're wanted to make sure to get a podcast out. So the next time we'd be able to do it was like middle of next week. And so we just decided that was too long since it's already been quite a while since our last podcast. So here I am, you get me. I hope you all are doing very well. It's been kind of crazy around here, but we're doing well. I'm going to give you the 1-minute grandma health update. Grandma is doing fairly well. She's getting more confused and needs some help with things. She's on oxygen now and just needing more help than she did before. So we're just kind of taking the best care of her that we can and making sure that we're trying to, bring as much joy as we can into her everyday life. So she's drinking a lot of milkshakes and eating a lot of ice cream because that is a pleasure of hers. And so, and, you can just continue to pray for us as we take care of her, that we would have the strength and the fortitude to continue on and just take as best care of her as we can in her last days. So that's it. On to knitting and spinning, because let me tell you, I have some. So the first thing I want to show you, let me look at my notes here, are my Hopeful Heather socks. This is in a bag that I got from the Loopy U a very long time ago. It was one of my first, I think it was my very first purchased knitting bag. And this is out of Stray Cat Socks. Let me see, I don't think I have my tag in here anymore. Oh no! Oh well, Stray Cat Socks. Here is what the yarn looks like. She is based out of New Zealand, and she dyes up some beautiful yarn. And these are what they look like. A little bit tangled up. Let me see if I can get that untangled so I can show you. Here we go. This is what they look like now. Last time I only had the cuff and just a little bit of the leg. And now I've finished up my heel and I'm moving on to the foot. I've even finished the gusset decreases here. And I really am enjoying these socks, and I think they're going to be great as a Christmas gift for my sister. And so Hopeful Heather, my sister's name is Heather, of course, and I wanted to find some socks for her, some sock yarn that would be meaningful, and they are hoping to adopt soon another child, and they have some things that they have been praying about, and so whenever I work on this sock I make sure to say a prayer for them, just to put some good feelings and prayers into the sock, and hopefully she'll feel that when she wears them. So yay. Let's see, let me wind this up a little bit here. Of course, I'm knitting these on my very favorite needles, my Chowgoos. These are a size 0 on a 40-inch cable, and I magic loop pretty much just about everything, every sock that I knit. It's very rare that I knit a sock that isn't on magic loop. Usually that's what I do. Although it's kind of funny because I started out a solid DPN girl when I first started knitting socks. Like, that was just it. And that's really, it's kind of funny how, preferences and things change over the years. Let's see. Next thing I have to show you. I'm sorry I'm moving a little bit quickly. I've got the kids home today, and I wanted to get something out to you guys, but I just know we're going to get interrupted, so I don't want to take forever because I want to try and lessen the, chance, the risk of, having one of the kids come down with, a broken arm or something. Let's hope that doesn't happen at all. The second thing that I have to show you is the Pure Joy shawl. And I was just so, I saw that pattern. It's by Joji Locatelli. And I saw the pattern and immediately fell in love and went digging through some deep stash to try and find something to knit it with. And I found it. Let me pull it up so that way you can see what the pattern actually looks like. Come on. Okay. So I'm going to show you, this is the Knit Companion app, but it looks a little something like this. Isn't that beautiful? So I went digging into, like I said, my deep stash and found these two beauties right here. So this is Knit 1, Crochet 2. It is a fingering weight base in the amber colorway, and I've had this for a very long time. I was planning on knitting the, I think it's, I'm trying to remember the name of it was a shawl, I think by Ann Hansen. I will post a link to it. I'll find it, I promise. I was going to knit a shawl out of this for the Loopy U retreat, the spring fling that I went to 5 years ago. And it just never happened. It was too complicated for my brain at the time. I had, a little boy who had just turned 1 at the time. That's Evan. And my brain just couldn't handle a very incredibly detailed lace shawl at the time. So it has been sitting and waiting for its destiny to come along and to be fulfilled, and I believe that it has been fulfilled in the shawl. It will be when it's finished. This beautiful, I wish you could see truly how gorgeous this skein of yarn is. This is from Kim Dyes Yarn. She is kimdyesyarn.com, or she's also Kim Dyes Yarn on Etsy. This is an Outlander inspired colorway. It's the Craig Nadoon colorway. It's a 2-ply superwash merino fingering weight, 490 yards. I have quite a bit of yardage on this. And here is what I have so far, so that you can see. Let me get all my stuff managed here. Oh, come here. There we go. Okay, so here's what I have so far. And I'm not, too terribly far into it, but I just love how this is turning out. It is so squishy and lovely. And, the first couple of sections that I did, the first section that I did, I really had to pay attention, and now it's like, I don't really need to reference the pattern very much at all, just because it's very intuitive, and you can really, if you can read your knitting, then you'll be okay. Oh, here comes Evan. Hey, hi, I'm podcasting right now, remember? And so I need for you to go upstairs. Yeah.
Is that on video?
It is on video, yes. Okay, you need to go upstairs now. Would you like my phone? Okay.
I'm using Dad's iPad.
Okay. Well, would you like to use Dad's iPad, or would you like to use Mom's phone?
Daddy's iPad.
Okay. Go upstairs. I'll be done in a few minutes. Thank you.
You know that got no recording.
I know it did. Thank you. You gotta be quick. You gotta be faster than 9 minutes, apparently. So here's what it looks like up close. And it has these eyelet sections that are in the contrasting yarn. And at first, I started out with this being the main color and this being the contrast color. And it just did not work out. I got to the first eyelet section and, past it just a couple rows, and I was like, oh, I just don't think that that's what I envisioned. It wasn't looking as good as I had envisioned. Not for any, reason that other than just because, the colors just weren't, it didn't look as nice as I had hoped, let's just say. So I ripped out and started over with this is the main color and this is the contrast color, and I am so happy with it. But I wish you could see, there are some beautiful, it's mostly like a kind of a bronzy brown. It just shines for some reason. It's only superwash merino, but it has this beautiful shine to it. But it glows. It's just gorgeous. It's a warmer color than what you're seeing there, but it has a little bit of like a rose color to it and a blue. There's a little hint of purple now and then, and the colors just kind of pop. Just every little bit, every inch or so, you'll get like a pop of cream or a pop of the dark brown or a pop of the rose color. And so it's really so pretty. I can't wait to show you when I get a little bit farther along. This will end up being the edging along the bottom. I can't wait to really get into this skein and get to use up more of it because it's so nice. Yay! All right. Let's see. The next thing I want to show you is another new project. These are a pair of hand-spun socks. These, I'm using the Hermione's Everyday Sock pattern, and I love this pattern in general. It's such a great pattern. It doesn't take a lot of thought. If you can read your knitting, it's super, super easy. You don't even have to think about it. But this is some yarn that Mom actually spun for me. It's the yarn is from Unwind Yarn Company, Dana of Unwind. This was the Aspen colorway, and I had showed Mom how beautiful it was, and she ordered it and spun it up into some sock yarn for me. I don't have the tags. I think it's a BFL, I believe. I don't know if it's superwash or if it has nylon content, but Mom was very sweet. It's spun up into a 3-ply, it's a Navajo ply, and on, I think it was Thursday of last week, or was it Saturday? Sorry. Mom saw the sock and she goes, "Oh, Brianne, that is a beautiful sock yarn. It is so gorgeous. What is it? Because I want some." I was like, "Mom, you spun this for me." And she goes, "Are you kidding me?" And I was like, "No, seriously, you spun this for me like a couple years ago." It was probably 3.5 years ago or so. It's been in the stash for quite a while. And I was like, I love that, you don't recognize your own hand spun, but also that you're like, "This is beautiful. Who did this? I'm so talented." It was so much fun. So I have, oh, that's going to be annoying. I have these two skeins. Mom split up the yarn equally before spinning it. And so I have these two to work with. It's just so nice because I can use up as much as I possibly can. I have finished the heel. I modified it. The pattern originally is set up to be a cuff down pattern, and I decided that I wanted to do toe-up socks so I could get as much of the yarn used as possible. So I converted it, which was very simple because it's just a simple knit purl pattern. And it's a free pattern, so I'm not giving away anything by telling you, it's just alternating knits and purls, like every third row or something. But I converted it to toe up, and then I'm using Wendy D. Johnson's toe up, heel flap, gusset pattern. Let me get the correct name for it. Hold on. You can find it on Ravelry. It's free. And it's called Fingering Weight Toe Up Socks with Gusset Heel. And the date is 5/15 of 07. So you can be looking for that. And this is the sock that is on the pattern. So you can be looking for that on Ravelry. I love this this toe up heel flap pattern. I think it works out really, really well, and because I love a good heel flap. What can I say? And the fact that there's a toe up one, so I can still do a toe up sock with a heel flap is awesome. So that is what I've been knitting on. And let me show you what I have in progress for spinning right now. This is what I've been spinning on. This is called, this is from Spun Right Round, and it's a BFL in the beach colorway. And let me see if I can find, well, I don't think I'm going to be able to find the other color in here. It is a beautiful, here's why it reminds me of beaches. So you've got the beautiful water color here, you got the color of sun, and then just not as much as the other two colors, you have this really lovely, like a sandy gray color, of course, for the beach, for the sand. And I'm doing, I have 8 ounces of this, and I'm doing a Navajo ply, and I am spinning it from the braid. I didn't split it at all because I really want to keep the colors intact and not have really short color repeats if I can help it. And so this is turning out really nicely. It's kind of like I'd say a sport weight. I'm guessing maybe a DK. We'll see what happens when it gets washed, and it'll probably plump up a bit. I think it'll look really nice. And I am almost done with the second half of this spin, which is the second 4 ounces. I have maybe about 1 ounce of it left, and I am loving it. I really am. I was a little bit afraid that it was going to end up compacted because I purchased it on D-Stash from somebody on Ravelry probably about 3 years ago. No, that's not right, because I've only been spinning for 1.5 years. I knew that I was going to be spinning, and so I bought this 3 years ago. No, I'm just kidding. So maybe 1 year ago I bought it on D-Stash, and it had obviously been in storage with this person for quite a while because it was a little bit compacted, but it has turned out just fine, and it like floofed right up as soon as I got it out of the bag and unwound the braid and started working with it. So happy. And I really wish that I could find that beautiful sandy color for you. It's hidden right now. It's a little shy. Poor little sandy color. It's shy. Okay. Now, I wanted to talk about what I have finished. Let me pull out my stuff. The first thing that I finished, oops, I'm attached. Hello. Are my cheer socks. Yay! I discovered these underneath several bags. I'm a bag lady. Are you a bag person? I totally am. So I have bags for everything. Like all my knitting is in bags, and I have bags for my bags, and like I have a big bag that's called the Big Blue Bag that I take to my grandma's house when I go over there to keep my projects in and things that I might need. And so yeah, I'm a bag person, and I found this underneath a bag that had bags in it. So I was like, I just need to finish this up really quick. So these are the cheer socks knit out of Knit Picks Felici in the cheer colorway. And this was a beautiful random act of kindness from somebody. It was, from from Instagram. It was from Get Your Yarn Wishes Granted last Christmas. And my yarn wishes were granted because I wanted some holiday kind of socks or some holiday yarn so I could knit some holiday socks. And I think that these would be perfect for Valentine's Day, for Christmas. Basically, I would wear these any day. Not a problem. And here's where I was before. I was right about to start decreases, and I just finished the toe decreases. Kitchenered that baby up. We were set. And so yeah, done. And they do match perfectly, which makes my heart oh so very happy. Can you see? Look at that. Bam. Looking good. So for this one wants to slide down a little bit. I don't know why. Don't slide down on me. Okay, next. Figure out where to put all my stuff. I've got quite the load of things to talk about today. I knit a shawl. You have not seen this before because I knit it in about 2 weeks. Look at that. This is the Cladonia shawl by Kristen Kapoor. Kirsten? Which one are you? I can't remember. Isn't that terrible? Through the Loops is what she is called. And this has been on my queue for forever, for years. And I have actually had the yarn to knit this for probably, 2.5, maybe 3 years. And I even had it wound up for the last year, like in a bag with needles in it, the pattern ready to go. I just didn't do it. And now I wish I had, because look at how beautiful this is. I'm going to get a close up so you can see the beautiful lace. And I don't know if you can see, here we go. These are beautiful, like a picot loop bind off, and it took forever, but let me tell you, it was so worth it, because I think it just really adds a dramatic flair to the edge, and I am nothing if not dramatic. So yeah, I'm thankful for my Instagram friends, because I posted like, is this really going to be worth it? And they said, yes, it will be, because it's gorgeous, and they were right. So let me show you. Put it on. All right. Oops, there we go. So very pleased. I think it's very pretty, and I can see myself getting a lot of use out of it, when it is not so very, very hot outside, when it's not 4,000 degrees and 98% humidity. We've had a ton of rain lately, and, just lots of, minor flooding here in Branson, and, crazy winds and just all kinds of stuff going on. So my goodness, it's been kind of crazy around here. I also finished a little bit of spinning, and I really do mean a little bit, because it was a very tiny bit of yarn or fiber. This is Gourmet Stash, and let's see, this was hand-carded poonies. It was 1 ounce that Mom and I split between us, that someone had given us, and it was the colorway a bit of the bubbly, and so I had a half of an ounce, and I got 78 yards of a 3-ply. I end-plied this so that I could use up every little tiny bit of fiber that I had. And let me show you. It's really so pretty. Come here. it has, you see that little bit of gold there. Just every now and then you get just a tiny little bit of a beautiful gold color. And otherwise it's like a cream. I don't know what I'm going to do with this. It may hang out in my stash for a while until I figure it out. But I'm just I really enjoyed getting to spin it. It is superfine merino, cashmere, silk, bamboo, milk fiber, and Angelina. Who wouldn't love to spin that? That was like such a pleasure. So yes. Okay. I would like to bring back a segment just, because I have had one of those times where it was very appropriate to bring this back. I would like to bring back, Are You Kidding Me? Okay, so the first Are You Kidding Me? This is where I talk about my knitting misadventures where things did not go as planned. Last night, yesterday we were in St. Louis for Owen's checkup at the hospital. Owen is my oldest son, and he was diagnosed with cancer in 2012 and is cancer-free. Woohoo! And he still gets checkups every other month. And so we were there yesterday for his checkup, and I did some knitting while we were waiting and did some knitting when I got home, and I knew the pattern. It was on the Hermione's Handspun Everyday Socks, and I knew the pattern. I don't have to look at it, especially the increases. Who needs to look at increases? So yeah, I needed to look at the increases because I thought that I needed to increase. I had 36 stitches on each needle. I thought I had to increase the second needle where the foot was, the bottom of the foot. Thought I had to increase that to 72 stitches. No. I had to increase it to 64. So here I am. I'm like counting. I've got 72. Woohoo! I'm so excited. Yay! And I look at the pattern to start doing the heel part and going back and forth, and I look at it and I'm like, oh no, I have totally overshot what I needed to increase to. And so, yeah, that was not fun. So what I ended up doing was, I ended up let me find the bag, and I'll just kind of show you what I did, because I think this is helpful. You don't always have to pull out your needles and, just start ripping willy-nilly. I mean, you can if you want to, but what I ended up doing was I did take out my needles, but I held the sock firm in my hand so that it would not start, laddering down, and I inserted my needle at the first stitch and just picked up the first leg on every stitch as I went across. And it was difficult, I'm not gonna lie, because it's a patterned sock, and so you've got some purl stitches and knit stitches intermixed, and then I did the same thing on the bottom of the foot. And then, because I had to drop down like 8 rows, so I didn't want to rip and risk ripping back too far, because that wouldn't be good either. And so, so I ripped back to about 1 row before I needed to, 1 row farther than I had to. So I actually ripped back 9 rows, and then I used the next row to kind of get my stitches correctly on the needle and get myself set up for success for turning the heel. Does that make sense? So, so I did that last night, and it took, maybe 5 to 10 minutes once I got settled on what I needed to do. It didn't take forever, and it was really easy, and honestly, I think it was a lot less stressful than trying to, rip out a ton without having it. Basically, you're giving yourself like a like a safety net. You know, you're giving yourself something to, you know, stop the yarn from from keeping on and going back. So yeah, so that was my first, are you kidding me? The second one, let me take this off because I have to show you. Do you see this bag right here? This, my friend, contains a sweater. Not a completed sweater because, you know, I'm not that good. I can't do a sweater in, you know, a month. I wish I could. That'd be really cool. I haven't done a sweater a month in a long time. But this is the Margot sweater. Oh, my kids have been on my iPad and I see Pokemon stuff. Let me get to Ravelry. This was going to be the Margot sweater, and that was from, I think, Knitty of 2009, one of those issues. I'm not going to be able to pull it up because, oh, I can pull it up on my phone. It signed me out of Ravelry. How is that possible? It was going to be a Margot pullover, Knitty of fall 2009. And it was going to look like this. Cute, right? Okay, so I have Knit Pick Swish DK that I'm using. This is the Garnet Heather colorway. And I got to the point where it's a top-down raglan. I got to the point where I needed to use a larger cable needle. And I decided, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to try this bad boy on and see how fabulous I look in it. I'm so glad I did, because you notice how cute the neckline is. Let me see if I can find another picture. Here we go. Look at how lovely the neckline is there and how it lays so nicely next to her skin. Here's what mine does. Okay. Not so much with the laying down so nicely next to my skin. Okay, so see how it kind of, like, it wants to go up. And I don't know what the heck is going on. It's really very frustrating because I've gotten to about 17 of my 37 increased stitches for the yoke. And this is just unacceptable. That's going to bother me forever and ever. Amen. So I'm trying to reevaluate. Maybe if I used a different needle size, like if I went down a needle size, I don't know. But I don't want to increase my needle size on the body of the sweater because, to be honest, Swish DK tends to pill. I know this because I knit another sweater out of it and it pills. And so I want it to be a firmer gauge so that it won't pill as much. That's the plan. But look at this. This neckline, not gonna happen. So I'm trying to decide, is it worth it to start again? Or do I just need to find another sweater pattern? So tell me what you think. I would love to hear because I really do want to knit a sweater out of this yarn. But I don't think that it's going to be, I'm not okay with this. I've left it on the needles for the last week just because I'm like, am I going to love this or not? Will I change my mind? And I don't think I'm going to change my mind because I haven't changed it in a week. There's not ever been a time when I've put it on in the last week where I've been like, you know, that's really okay. It's not so bad. But I don't want a sweater that's not so bad. I want a sweater that's like awesome and looks really good. Right? Right? Yes. Okay. So that's it for Are You Kidding Me? I'm going to take this off, otherwise I'm going to forget about it. That'd be a lovely look. Let's do Gilding the Lily. I have gilded the lily. I have taken my stash, which is wonderful and lovely, and I have improved it by bringing things on. So I bought some fiber. This is from Etsy. Walnut Farm Designs. Miss Anita dyed this up. This is the rhubarb colorway in an 85% superwash merino, 15% nylon blend. And it is so, so soft and squishy and wonderful. And it is just really, I think it's so beautiful. It matches my outfit kind of nicely too, right? Got some little purplish bits there that kind of go with my shirt. I need these socks. I'm going to try and spin for socks with this, so hopefully that works out well. I don't have much in the way of a fiber stash left. I have this, and I have one more braid of yarn, or one more braid of fiber, and like, that's it. So I think I'm going to try to focus any future purchases on increasing my fiber stash, because I really do love spinning, and it kind of makes me sad that I don't have much left. So yeah. So I was really pleased with this. It was very well priced. I believe it was, I have the receipt right here. I don't have to believe anything. I can show you. It was $20.99 for the 4 ounces of this fiber, which I think is a great deal. And I have one other of her fibers in my Etsy cart, so please don't steal it from me, okay? Okay, guys? Be my friends. Wait until, maybe a couple weeks and you can go look when we have been paid again. How's that? Is this a deal? Awesome. No, I'm just kidding. You can go look. Just tell me that I sent you, okay? Awesome. And one more thing. This, I had a credit at the Loopy U from Christmas. How nice. It's like Christmas in July. So really, I ordered this in like June. But that's okay too. That works. This is Fable Fibers in the Novel Base, which is an 80-10-10 merino cashmere nylon. This is 600 yards, so that's quite a bit of yarn. And I don't know how to say this. I think it's Tuileries. That is how you say this colorway. Or that's how you spell that colorway. I don't know how you say it. I'm not even going to try because I'm going to mangle it. I received this. This looked absolutely nothing like the yarn that was on the picture when I went to order it. There was like very little white, very little of the green, and here, it was mostly that really beautiful, kind of magenta color. I don't know what happened, so I contacted them about sending it back and getting a refund for it because I didn't like it. And the more that it sat and the more I looked at it, the more I was like, it kind of was growing on me. So I think this will be going into the stash because I really like it. I like the base. It's got a nice tight twist, and I like the yardage on it. It'll make a really nice, good size shawl. So yeah, I kind of have changed my mind. It's not at all what I thought was going to be coming, but that's okay. It worked out in the long run, so there you go. All right. Now, I wanted to talk about Project Craft. So Project Craft has come to an end because we ended it in June. So I'm going to be locking down those threads. That's the word. I'm going to be locking down the threads on the Ravelry board. But I will be opening up a like a show us what you've made kind of thread so that we can see the beautiful things that you've done. And then also I'll be opening up a new contest because I have some beautiful things that someone has given me for a while back to use as prizes, and I would like to, get some of those out to our beautiful, wonderful listeners, watchers. You're listening and watching, hopefully. Are you paying attention? I don't know. I'm watching you. I don't want to do like a huge, like intricate, crazy kind of contest. So we're just going to do a really simple one. I want to know, I want you to tell me, this is coming apart. What is your favorite inspirational quote or verse? And it can be a scripture, it can be just something, motivational that you've come across that makes you want to get up and do things. It can be a Bible verse, it can be a quote from a song, it can be just about anything. But I would love to know what makes you feel inspired, what makes you feel like you want to go and be a better person or, accomplish things. Ooh, this was coming apart too. And I'll be picking by random number generator. And I'll leave this open until the end of July. So August 1st, I will close down the thread, and then it'll be chosen by random number generator. Yes, random number generator. We're keeping it fair. So no chatter in that thread, except for you can give us, I'm going to allow you 2 entries into this. 2. Yes. It's decided. I need a gavel. And so the winner will receive these 4 skeins. Look at this. 4 skeins of Cascade Yarns Ultra Pima, which is a 100% Pima cotton. And they don't usually name their colors like, inspirational, beautiful color names. But this is color 3732, which is a beautiful, like a sky blue color. And this is color number 3728, which is like a pure white. So you could do something with this, something fun. And each of these skeins of yarn have 220 yards in it. So this is a great prize. So you could do something totally fun with this. So again, on the Ravelry board and the thread, the inspirational quote thread or verse thread, whatever, I'll call it something inspirational. The inspiration thread. There you go. Look for that. It's an inspired name. So look for that and give me, you can give me 2 posts, so 2 entries of what kind of thing inspires you, what quote, what verse, what song, lyric, anything. Tell me, because we're needing some inspiration right now, some uplifting, and whenever anybody's going through a difficult time, you want to hear words that encourage you and, things that will inspire you and help to uplift your spirit. And so we want to read those things and we want to know specifically what you find to be inspiring. So that's it. And these were donated by the beautiful Lana, who was a swap partner of mine from when we first moved to Missouri, and we've kept in contact for the past 11 years. And she's so sweet. Last year she gave these to me to put up for a prize, and so I have a couple more of her yarns that will be putting up for prizes soon too, so yay! Thank you so much for joining me today. I really had a good time showing you all of my goodies and just being able to talk with you, and thank you so much for joining me and for all the encouraging words that you've given us, the prayers and thoughts that you've sent our way in the last month, and we are really very thankful for that. It's when you're going through a difficult time, knowing that someone is thinking of you and sending good thoughts your way and praying for you really make a big difference. You can really feel those coming at you and helping you. So thank you so much, and I will see you in a couple weeks. Hopefully Mama Linda will be back, and but until then, I want you to remember that you are knitworthy. Bye.